Hey guys, I'm here today with my Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, which needs its spark plugs replaced for the 30,000 mile service. I'm going to show you how to do it. I pretty much went on YouTube and couldn't find anybody else having a video on it, so here we go. Stuff you'll need first, it's going to be not necessary, but you could use a torque wrench to tighten the spark plugs. I got a couple of extensions here. You need a 14mm spark plug socket. In this case I got the Duralast one from AutoZone, which I found was the only one that fit because I went through 3 other ones before until I found this one, which is, you can see, very small sidewalls. Yeah, that focuses, and it should fit pretty snug in there. You'll need a 5mm Allen. I got the set here for the coil packs, and maybe a pair of pliers. We'll see about that. So I've already removed the main cover, and I've actually already replaced one of the spark plugs right here, just to test it out, see if my socket worked. And here's both of them side by side. Left is the new one, right is the old one. Doesn't look too used up. The middle bit there is slimmer than the new one. But yeah, I guess it says 30,000 miles, so I'm changing them at 30,000. So now all we have to do is pretty much just remove this air box, and we'll have better access to the coil packs and the spark plugs. I'll switch to my GoPro here, get a better view. These ones, all you do pretty much is just pull them up. So it's this type of fitting on all these plastic bits where it connects to a rubber boot. So there isn't really any tools necessary for that. One thing to keep in mind, in the back here, I don't know if you can see, but I'll lift this up a little bit. There's this hose that goes along the back and it's clamped in place. Hopefully you can see that, but you gotta be mindful of that. Take that out before you remove the whole assembly here. But as of this, we can separate this bit right here, same on the other side, and then this middle section here just comes off straight up. So pretty much just, I need 2 hands for this. Should be able to just pretty much just pull up while holding this, like that. And there's 4 contacts on this, so that's gone. Down here with the rest of the plastic pieces. See, so we can see here actually the rubber bit that held it in place. This is supposed to come off with the plastic, but it didn't. I don't know if that's common. That's what it does for me. And this rubber bit here came off too, but that needs replacing. So set them aside. Actually, to put these back in, just that way down. And again, 2 hands is better. Yeah. Same thing with the other sides. So now that we've done this, we might as well remove these. Not just pinch from both sides, sensors, so you can move this bit more freely. It's not the easiest thing. There you go. Struggle. Alright, so now let's see if we actually need to remove these clamps. So we got one spark plug right there where the yellow tab is, and there's another one down here. We could probably do that without removing clamps, because I removed them before and it's kind of a pain to get them back on if you don't have a proper tool to do that with. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose right here though, just to put less strain on it. There's one side, there's another one over here. So this pretty much is the radiator return hose, I believe. This one here we could just leave because it's further in. But there's another one in the back here. Right there. Alright. At this point we could just take the bit we took out before and just jam it down here. Alright, so that way it's lifted up and we don't need to hold it anymore. It's safe, it's fine. Kind of ghetto. Alright, so we get a better, clearer view of these two right here. Normally there's these yellow tabs, that's hot, that you gotta remove to take off the spark plug, so I'm gonna do that. So it's off now. All you do pretty much is just pull it up this way. I just used a small screwdriver bit and set this aside. And now what we can do is press on that. Press on that right there and pull at the same time. So just use two hands for that too. Same on this other one. Alright, so now we can take our Allen, number 5, and just going like that, apply a bit of torque to get it loose, and then we can just do it by hand. You can use your fingers for that. Put these aside somewhere safe, don't use them. And now we can take off the coil pack. Just pull on that. So this is, that's number 1, this is our number 2. I'm gonna leave this up here. Hopefully don't forget that this is number 1 they took off earlier. So pretty much now what we do is take this and one of the extensions I used two before just because I hadn't removed the plastic yet when I replaced the first one. I think one's gonna be fine. So first we just make sure that it goes in there. So once it's in, you just push it a little bit. It's got a rubber element there that keeps the spark plug in place after it's undone. And see, so that's kind of close. So I'll go ahead and use the second extension. I do actually have a regular wrench that's gonna be way easier to wield. So just some pressure on that. It is quite tight, but not crazy tight. So you just keep doing that. Once it's pretty much loose, there are a lot of threads on these, so you'd want to just go by hand for a while. If you push in a little bit, you'll feel when the thread resets, so you know it's out. So it'll like fall in, so the tiniest bit, you'll feel that. You know that it's out and you pull out. See, I think mine's loose now. And there's your spark plug. Pretty dirty. Now just take the new one, put it in place, push it in. There's, as I said, there's a rubber element there keeping it in place, doesn't fall off. So then we just go in, hand tighten all the way. And on the website for the spark plugs, manufacturer's website, this is a 12mm thread diameter, and they recommend you do 10 point something to 14 point something foot-pounds. I got mine set at 12, so I'll do that. Just find that, yeah. We're gonna just hold it straight and go until you hear the click. And there it is. It should be good. Now you pretty much go reverse, take the coil pack, put it back in, there's the screw we took off from that, put that back in and tighten. And now we use the actual tool. I'll give it a nice little torque because it was pretty tight to begin with. So I'll say quarter on this position when you're done with this position. And then we put back the plug. Be careful not to lose your yellow locking tabs. In my case, I did drop them right down here, and I'll have to lift the car to get them out. But don't do what I do and just keep track of them. Make sure you don't accidentally let them fall down. But you should hear, actually it's already clicked in. So you just push it in until this bit right here, there's a little clip there that attaches. And that should be it. So I'll do the rest of them. It's pretty much the same thing. So this one's right here. You could easily do that, very visible. I'll look at the other side, see if any of them are harder to do, but it seems fine. There's one right there, there's another one, and then to do the last one, which is right there in the middle of the frame, we'll have to remove this plastic bit at the end. Yeah, I'll be back when I'm done with that. So we've hit a little snag. This last spark plug I wanted to replace is blocked by the by this reservoir for the radiator. I did remove the bolts holding it in place. There's two of them. They're both number 10s, 10 millimeter. In the bottom here, I get a shot of that. If you can see on the left, that's the same type of attachment as the rest of the plastic bits here, so pretty much just a rubber boot and a piece of plastic going through it, so you can force that out. And then the right one is the main tube, I guess, going to the radiators, which is flexible but not super flexible. So this is where I'm at. I'll come back when I find a solution to it, I guess. So I did manage to push it up this way, where this hump goes over the bracket where it was installed at first. So like that. And just push it up to where I could insert my short extension plus a swivel adapter. And now it's pretty much done. I just have to hand loosen it pretty much. So I finally did it. The spark plug is out. And let's grab the final one here. Put that in. And I'll try and show you how to put that back in there. Much hand tighten all the way we can. And then add the swivel adapter afterwards. Alright, so here's my swivel. It's actually falling apart. I'm glad I had it, but yeah, it is falling apart. I'm gonna reach in there, just put that in, and that way I can connect my bigger one, bigger extension to it. You almost need 3 hands for this because that reservoir just wants to fall down. Hold it. And we're done. That comes off. And now maybe we can take off the whole thing. There he is. Seemed easy, but harder than expected this last bit. Well, here we have it, guys. It is done, hopefully. I guess all that's left is to turn it on, see if we get any codes popping up. Turn that off. Alright, here we go, moment of truth. Looks fine. Sounds fine. Let's see if we idle fine. No excessive vibrations. I was getting some misfires before. That was like 2 or 3 times though, just very rarely. But yeah, seem to be doing good. I'll let you know if there's any more updates. I'm here a couple of days later of driving it. Car seems fine, runs fine. I did forget to plug these back in, which made a hissing sound, but I connected them back pretty soon, so I didn't get any codes for that and no codes in general. I just checked the coolant level and it's at the regular level it was before, so it seems to have worked fine. And this video is pretty much out of frustration of me looking for one and not finding it, so if this helps one of you, that's nice. Leave a like if it was helpful, or if you're like me and you just watch every Alfa Romeo video on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for watching.